Okay, so this officially marks the first recording of my podcast, my senior project. Although we've talked plenty of times discussing our opinions in sports, this marks the first official podcast of it. Joining me today on this podcast is my longtime friend who attends UMass, Stephen Long, and also joining him today on the podcast is my good friend who attends Sacred Heart with me, Arthur Ryan. All of us have different opinion on sports, and we would love to begin sharing them with you guys. The first thing to start the show is September 21st, 2016, and J.R. Smith is still a free agent.
Questionable.
Hmm.
Surprised about that, huh?
Hmm.
I don't think LeBron has any pull. Any pull at all?
Any pull at all? Training camp just started today, and just nothing from J.R. Okay, well, the next thing to discuss on the rundown is the ongoing football injuries. Unfortunately, one of the top fantasy running backs in Adrian Peterson tore his meniscus and is going to be out for, is it 3 to 4 months? Most of the football season?
Giving surgery, I thought it was 4 to 6.
4 to 6? All right, well, he's still kind of he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
The grittiest player of them all, Danny Woodhead, is season-ending, torn ACL.
No longer greatness is.
Yeah, that's a tough one to lose. Amir Abdullah for the Lions, also out for the season. Doug Martin and Arian Foster, recent additions to the injury report. They will be injured for, I think, 3 to 4 weeks. Foster's had a passive injuries on the Texans.
Yeah.
Switching over to wide receivers, the duo of Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker just hasn't been healthy. Brandon Marshall kind of looked like he tore his ACL in the last game. Managed to only miss maybe 2 or 3 minutes of play and hobbled back in. Still good to go. Next on the list, top fantasy pick Julio Jones of the Falcons. Number one option of Matt Ryan is not healthy. Matty Ice with Roddy White, who's no longer on the team. And also season-ending injury of the Chargers, Keenan Allen. Top fantasy pick.
ACL, right?
Yeah, another ACL injury. A top pick of another podcaster on the show, Pete Henninger. Pete Henninger picks Keenan Allen every year, and it just does not work out for him. Another reason why he's not elite in fantasy. Switching over positions-wise, from the running backs and wide receivers, there are the quarterbacks that have been injured, and starting off the most recent injury.
Patriots.
Yes. Let's start off with Arthur's Patriots and Gucci Garoppolo. Sprained AC joint is questionable for tomorrow's game. What are your thoughts on Brissett?
Edelman, correct?
Mike, I've got a hot take coming in right now. If Garoppolo wasn't injured, I would take him over Tom Brady to start the 5th game.
Stop that. Stop that.
No.
That's too much of a hot take right now.
It's not Gucci Brady, it's Gucci Garoppolo. It's not my fault.
All right, but if Garoppolo's not starting this game tomorrow, what's Brissett gonna do? What's his deal?
He's gonna slang.
He's gonna get injured.
And Edelman is gonna catch them, and then he's gonna throw some as well because Brissett's probably gonna get hurt.
I'm listening to Steven's opinion in the fact that Edelman is the backup quarterback here, under Brissett for tomorrow's game.
Doesn't want to see Edelman play.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for an injury here, but seeing Edelman drop back in QB would be pretty nice.
Absolutely.
Pretty fun.
The AFC Championship game when the Patriots spanked the Colts.
The
Ravens. Was that the Ravens game? Might have been the Ravens game.
Either
way, the Patriots won, and they won the Super Bowl that year, and they're the greatest fucking football team ever.
All right, well, whatever that one. How about we'll go to Dallas and Tony Romo. What's the deal with him when he comes back and Dak Prescott?
Trade Tony.
Isn't he way fat? Like, doesn't he need to cut like 100 pounds?
Yeah, he's definitely put on a few.
In the offseason.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
That's like a classic fat guy excuse. Like, you blame the shirt, or you blame like the shadows.
It's always like the short shirt excuse. That's how they get you.
Classic big guy move.
Yeah, it's always a big guy move. Tony Romo now moving towards that Now,
a huge big guy.
he's a big guy.
Huge guy.
Teddy Bridgewater, completely just destroyed his knee. From what I heard, I think it was past an ACL injury.
Was there any video of that ever? Or like
No, apparently it was non-contact and just completely shot his knee.
His knee just exploded. Spontaneous knee explosion.
Wait, what team does Bridgewater play for?
The Vikings.
The Vikings.
So the Vikings are out. Peterson and Bridgewater.
Peterson, Bridgewater, and
Sam
now.
Bradford's been playing so good.
Yep, and now their their top offensive lineman is now injured too, season ending.
On the Vikings?
Yeah, like they had 3 different injuries to report. But filling in for Bridgewater has been Sam Bradford. Played a very good game against another podcaster's team, the Packers. Greg, Sam Bradford smacked him like I told you they would.
No, I thought Sam Bradford was on the Lions. What happened to that? Was there a trade?
Sam Bradford has just been a journeyman.
Never on the Lions.
Nah, he was Rams.
Never on the Lions?
Rams, Eagles, and then he was just recently traded to the Vikings for a first-round draft pick.
That was
And
recently over the summer.
for
After
the first
Bridgewater got hurt.
first week of the season, they had Sean Hill start over Bradford, and the second week they decided to give Bradford starting helm since he had the playbook more in depth memorized. And I think it was second quarter or third quarter, something happened with his hand, Sam Bradford's hand, and it literally looked like there was a slug coming out from his hand.
Yeah, his hand was he threw a ball and it had his hand on his chest, and Clay Matthews came and drove his head right into his hand.
Yeah,
his face mask and his helmet went right into his hand.
it legit looked like there was a slug, just coming out of his hand. It was gross. How he managed to finish the game was something else upon me. The next
Huge football guy. Huge football guy.
Very big football guy. Very big football guy. Journeyman. Next journeyman who's just a quarterback that's always been around, Jay Cutler. Inconsistent play by him, and another injury for Big Cats Bears. And finally,
guess how many fumbles he has in his career?
Jay Cutler?
86.
86, Jesus Christ.
I would say that's
a
low.
lot of fumbles.
I would say that's
That's
low.
low.
Break it down, that's almost, he's fumbling once every 2 games, for his career. That's a lot of fumbles.
Yeah. Jay Cutler, please step it up from fantasy owners everywhere. And finally,
Please, Jay Cutler.
the week 1 injury of 2012 quarterback from Baylor, Robert Griffin III. Season-ending injury to his throwing shoulder, and I don't even know where to begin with this guy. Drafted to the Washington Redskins from Baylor, had an unbelievable rookie season, and then in the playoffs, literally broke down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but just did not have an
He's the Derrick
ACL.
Rose of the NFL.
Yeah,
Simple.
but
That's a hot take. That's a correct hot take.
Is he going to go to the Jets next, though? Possibly.
possibly. Listen,
Baseball. Who knows?
listen. Tebow pursued the Jets, and then he couldn't make the Patriots or the Eagles, so then he decided, why not baseball? The Mets will sign me. And then Sandy Alderson took the chance, signed Tebow. Great move, selling jerseys. Never going to make the league.
Dude, it's a Jeremy Lin move all over again in baseball.
It's Linsanity. And I lived for Linsanity.
Yeah, highlights earlier.
Yes. But,
Crazy.
yes. Who's filling in for RG3 now? Do we even know?
You could put a scarecrow there and he'd do a better job than RG3. He'd be less injured.
Probably. I mean, just looking back at that 2012 class, RG3 was taken 2nd overall out of everybody in the football. Everyone in the draft in that class, Robert Griffin III was drafted 2nd overall. And
But let's talk about Tom Brady. What was he drafted on? 199th?
he was drafted, what was he, late round out of Michigan?
200 something.
Yeah.
2012 draft class. That's one of the best classes of all time. It's got to be.
2012?
Yeah.
Well, 2012 has to be up there. There's still, you still need more time to pan out, or some of the players. They're still young quarterbacks. Andrew Luck, who's taken first overall with the Colts, I personally think has room to grow. There is RG3, who personally cannot grow right now because he's always on the sidelines. The next highest pick of that draft came from Miami, and that is Ryan Tannehill. Steady play out of him got him the 8th overall pick.
Next, Brandon Weeden at 22.
Brandon Weeden. What is he on a team?
Right there.
Yeah, I see him right there. I don't even know if he's on a team right now. He was drafted to the Browns.
Is he Dak Prescott's backup?
No, I think
wasn't he on...
no. Sanchez, Mark Sanchez is now the Dak Prescott's backup. Yeah, I don't. Brandon Weeden is definitely not on the Cowboys because I don't think they would have signed Mark Sanchez or tried to trade for him.
Weeden start when Romo got hurt last year?
That was last year, yeah. But then I would think that he was a free agent and his contract expired or something. They drafted Prescott, so Prescott obviously is a better fit for the organization than Weeden.
Andrew Luck's been doing pretty well, right? Is he injured this year?
He was injured all of last year. Just inconsistent play, like just the past 2 years.
Tony?
No, Andrew Luck.
No, he sucks.
Special too.
Andrew Luck is washed up.
Well,
do you guys like Russell Wilson? Because I really dislike him.
You dislike Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was drafted 75th overall in the 2012 class. Stephen Long, why do you not like Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, hold on. I just want to say that Russell Wilson, shut the fuck up. Russell Wilson was drafted behind Brock Osweiler and Brandon Weeden and Ryan Tannehill.
Right. And Robert Griffin III, for that matter.
Yeah. Unreal. Continue.
Is Russell Wilson really short or really tall?
He's really short. He's short.
Right? The guy's got small hands, I think, right?
Yes, he played baseball at Wisconsin as well as football. Played second base. Short guy. I think he was. What is he? He's definitely not 6 foot.
I think he's like
shorter than Sierra, right? Because he's married to Sierra.
Is he? That used to be a thing with Future.
Yeah, she used to be with Future. She has Future's baby.
Wow. Future's baby, huh?
Yeah.
With the football player.
Little Future Junior.
Future Junior.
It's a little Future.
Is he the present or the past?
After Russell Wilson at 75th came Nick Foles at 88th overall.
Nick Foles, he played for the Ravens.
Nick Foles, not for the Ravens. He was he Rams?
Flacco, right?
I think Foles was just cut by the Rams. Don't quote me on that.
No, I think he was. Nick Foles is the greatest bad quarterback of all time.
No, hot take.
He was. That year with him and Mikey Vick at 1 and 2 for the Eagles helmet quarterback, there was no stopping them.
Whoa, can we talk about Michael Vick for a little bit?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's talk about vintage Michael Vick. Not New York Jets Michael Vick. I'm talking Atlanta Falcons Mikey dog-fighting Vick.
The best. When he was at his best. Unfortunately, all of that dog business is unfortunate. The man had talent.
Yeah,
he needs that fire back in his life. He needs to get into cockfighting.
Yeah. No, none of that. That's past him.
I don't really agree with that.
After he served some time in jail, was Eagles. He played a season or 2 for the Jets, backing up Geno Smith. Very funny. And then he backed up Big Ben. And now I think he's a free agent looking for a job.
Give him a job. Give him a call. Michael Vick. I support him. If you're looking for an agent, Michael Vick, call me.
Absolutely. I would love to be his agent. The way he played with the Atlanta Falcons and the way he played in Madden 05. He was.
I mean, a lefty, let alone. The man scrambled.
A lefty.
Cam Newton, forget about Cam Newton. There would be no Cam Newton without Michael Vick.
Yeah, I feel like Arthur, I was definitely explaining this to you this morning about playing Madden with Michael Vick compared to playing Madden with Cam Newton. It's something like it's two different. It's like night and day, because Mikey Vick in those games could not only like nuke the ball, but he could run faster than probably Le'Veon Bell can run nowadays. and did all these spin moves and juke moves and was, oh my god, unreal.
He was the Tracy McGrady of
He was the Tracy McGrady of Madden. Nice.
Plain and simple.
Nice.
Jackson's a better athlete.
Ooh.
Better in Tecmo Bowl.
Oof. Finally rounding out that 2012 quarterback class, not even drafted Case Keenum.
What about Kirk Cousins? Hold on, Mike. I like that. And I like Kirk Cousins. And I like that.
Ooh, Kirk Cousins. Actually, yes, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was drafted.
Overall.
Kirk Cousins was drafted in, drafted by the Washington Redskins. The same draft, with RG3. RG3 was taken second overall. Cousins was expected to be the longtime backup for RG3, and that did not pan out. As now, Kirk Cousins is playing for a 1-year contract, $19 million, to prove himself for a long-term deal.
You know who else is playing on a 1-year deal?
Who?
Fitzmagic.
That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully Fitzmagic pans out. I would love to see him.
Right?
I would love to see him for a couple more years.
How would the Jets not sign him again? Basically, he was like, I'm the only person for the job.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pay me less money.
He bossed them around, and he got exactly what he wanted to. It's a bet on himself, where it's saying, all right, you're giving me 1 year, $12 million. If I prove myself, you're going to have to pay me more next year. If not, if I suck this year, then you still gave me $12 million this year. Like, joke's on you. Like,
I just don't understand. Like, they've paid Mark Sanchez in the past, like, for like multi-year contracts, and you finally have a quarterback that like gives you a year that like can lead you to like deeper in the playoffs than like a wild card round.
Well, the difference with Mark
Sanchez was the worst thing the Jets did.
Mark Sanchez was a different breed. Okay, Mark Sanchez was a quarterback that the Jets traded up for, in the draft, and he was either 4th or 6th overall pick out of USC. Jets had really high hopes for him. Brought the Jets to the playoffs the first 2 years, to the AFC Championship, actually. An elite quarterback status. And the rest of his Jets' tenure just did not work out. Difference with...
Joe Flacco's not elite, neither is any Jets quarterback ever.
That's a different podcast. For who's elite and who's not. Sanchez... I mean, they had obviously more hope in Sanchez, more faith, because he was a younger quarterback, just drafted. Fitzpatrick has been a journeyman quarterback who has been he has been a journeyman. I just found out the other day he played for the Bengals. Never knew that. Okay. Obviously the longtime Bills quarterback, and was a pit stop at Houston before coming to the Jets. So out of that 2012 class, I'm just going to make you guys choose on the spot right now. Best quarterback. 2012 class. Most proven.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, you say?
That's your call, Kirk Cousins?
Mike, do you like that?
I
like that. It's a simple question.
I mean, I personally don't know if I like that. I think Kirk will like that.
I think maybe Ryan Tannehill.
I mean, oh wow, okay.
Just consistent out of the gate. Like Russell Wilson, yeah, of course, he's gotten, I don't know, does he have a Super Bowl? He's been to the Super Bowl.
Yes, he does.
Water cures concussions. Okay?
I think out of everyone on this list, Russell Wilson is crushing life the most.
Yes.
No.
But not the NFL.
No.
My opinion is I'm a huge Andrew Luck guy. Drafted him in fantasy, a couple of my leagues. Big football guy.
Yeah, I drafted him last year and he was terrible. So that's why
because he was hurt, and then you kept him in your lineup. That's why fantasy was tough last year for you. I'm sorry.
What phone does Andrew Luck have?
How many what?
What kind of phone does Andrew Luck have?
He has a flip-up phone. That is confirmed.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's not with the future.
He's not with the future.
He has a terrible beard also.
Caveman beard. Caveman
His
beard.
voice sounds like a monster that lives under your bed.
Nice. It does. It's scary. Yeah.
It's like Sully from Monsters Inc. Only like more hairy.
Nice. Very, like much more hairier. Much more chin jungle.
Much hairier voice.
Yeah.
Much hairier person.
Yeah.
Much jungle.
Much hairier breed. Okay. And I think we have time for one more segment for the podcast.
Everyone's favorite segment.
The Mount Rushmore segment. This is a segment that was taken from the Pardon My Take podcast, and pretty much
Shout out Big Cat.
Big Cat. Shout out for Big Cat.
Hey, shout out Hank.
Shout out to all Barstool. And the Mount Rushmore segment features all the podcasters' opinions on who should be on their Mount Rushmore for said topic. This week's topic is NFL kickers of all time. Just NFL kicking legends over the years.
Can I just say something real quick?
You could.
I feel like
Of course, Steven.
I look at this list that we've compiled, and it's Adam Vinatieri up here, and then everyone else is down here. No one compares.
Yeah.
The man
Adam
is an unbelievable kicker. Without Adam Vinatieri, I wouldn't even know kickers existed.
Right.
He's the Michael Jordan.
Wow. Say that again. Say that again. Michael Jordan is Adam Vinatieri in kickers. Did I hear that right?
The
Not
man went to
true.
the Colts, he did work. He went to the Patriots, he did work. Every team he was on, he was
Yeah,
a
Mike.
force.
He's the
Mike, check
journeyman.
your Snapchat.
He's the journeyman.
But also, I would like to say that the best kicker on this list that we have compiled right here that's sitting in front of me right now is not Adam Vinatieri, nor is it Sebastian Janikowski, nor is it Justin Tucker, nor is it George Blanda, whoever that is.
Wow. Stop. George Blanda was a legend. Stop.
No, it happens to be Robert Aguayo.
Are you kidding me?
The best college
Robert
kicker of all
Aguayo?
time.
Oh my god.
Most potential.
Give me a reason why. Give me a reason why. Why is your second round kicker high up on your Rushmore? Give me a reason.
Mike, did he miss a kick in college?
How about in preseason? The guy was kind of
Preseason football.
yeah.
Is that what the Jets care about?
Yeah, we kind of put all our eggs in one basket into that one. We breed a Christian Hackenberg by not playing him. We believe that's the right move in developing quarterbacks. Yeah. Steven, your Rushmore, Vinatieri is on the top of your Rushmore.
My Rushmore is only Vinatieri. Maybe Justin Tucker.
Okay.
But
Put Justin Tucker over Steven Gostkowski or Sebastian Janikowski.
All right. So obviously on my
wait, Arthur, let me tell you why I put that way.
yeah, let me hear this. I need to hear the Vinatieri.
As a person who doesn't watch football at all, but has played a few Madden games, keeps up with the Sports Center, that kind of stuff, Adam Vinatieri is a name that bounces off that list. And for a person to be a kicker and get into the mind of someone who isn't even a fan of football, that's huge.
That's a good point.
Something.
So that's why he's there.
I mean, Sebastian Janikowski kicked a football 60 yards, and I can't throw a football 60 yards. So,
Absolutely. No, I agree. I mean, there are kickers on that list that deserve to be there, but with my knowledge, it's got to be Adam Vinatieri.
interesting.
I had to get my
Mike,
charger.
there he is. Hey, Mike.
There he is. Hey, Mike.
Had to get my charger. Didn't want to lose all this quality content.
Is that the 40?
No, the charger of my laptop.
Oh, nice.
Didn't want to lose all this gold I was filming over here. Okay.
Are we moving into post show?
Huh?
Show? Little post show segment?
I would like to close off my Mount Rushmore by saying the only person that should be on Mount Rushmore of kickers is Sebastian Janikowski. Left-handed kicker, kicks bombs.
Handed?
Left-footed,
Left-footed kicker?
kicks bombs. Confirmed he kicked over a 60-yarder, and is always on my fantasy team year in and year out.
You cannot love anyone on the Oakland Raiders. Those jerseys are too fresh.
It's just too original.
Do you guys remember Rich Gannon?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
He threw bombs.
I've got also Cole Blanco's Greg Cakes on Snapchat right now. And it seems that he is having a real good time at Stony Brook right now. And I just wanted to let you know, Mike.
Well, I really need to hear that. Thank you very much.
Really need to check it out.
Alrighty. On that note, I think that wraps up our first podcast. Steven from UMass, thank you for joining me. Arthur from Sacred Heart and downstairs in my house, thank you for also joining me. And good night.